Let's Play series. So before I begin with the solo mode, I'm gonna make sure I have the missions, the update missions for today, so that I can, in case there's a solo mode, which it isn't, but I can always do some of those missions later. But right now I need to get into solo mode because that's the meat of the video. And then after that I can do the news, and like get to missions and stuff. I think there is a solo mode mission, so I may or may not have to. It all depends on like if that one mission is enough to make it so that I don't overflow the next day. So yeah, today I'm beginning on new solo mode, so I don't think I began on either one of these yet, so I think I'm just gonna, yeah, I don't think so. So if I haven't, I think I'm gonna do the one that's the oldest. So in that case, it'll be and the crowd goes wild, because I'm pretty sure I have it sorted by like newest to oldest. They added, yeah, like it's newest to oldest. It's descending. Yeah. So that means I have this one. The gate details here read: the UA cards are well known for their unique effects and their ability to switch in and out of the field. Let the roars of the spectators reverberate through the crowd as you lead these sports superstars to victory. Cool. I think UA's a fairly straightforward archetype. It's got a few neat win conditions as well. I'm not sure if you'll be seeing those, but it's got a few neat alternate win conditions, which is pretty neat. So yeah, what I'll do today is I'm just gonna do these three right here, and then I'll do the post gate stuff along with the final scenario and looking at the secret pack in the next part. So yeah, I'll make all of these a two-parter, where first part will be the pre-gate stuff other than the final scenario, and then the and then in the other part I'll be doing all of the post-gate stuff and the final scenario. For the longer gates, I might have to like split it up into like more parts, but I'm gonna try to do two. But since this is a shorter one, I should have no problem splitting this up into two parts. So yeah, I'll go into scenario here, and for winning, not really winning, just like looking at the scenario, I get Battle Break, which is a card that basically negates attack as well as destroying monsters. So it's kind of neat that it has both. And it also ends a battle phase, so it's basically a better negate attack, with the added benefit for the opponent being able to just negate this card's effects. But if they don't really have a hand, or they don't have a monster in hand, they can't really stop the effect unless they have another way to negate it. So it's got pros and cons, but like either way, you're probably not gonna be playing this too much. And the art cards that show up here are UA turnover tactics. Like the effects don't really matter much to the lore, but you can read them if you want. Unless they're normal monsters, then I'll read them, since that would play a part in the lore. So UA Stadium, I guess I can talk a little bit about what each of them are. So this one is kind of cool, since it lets you shuffle opponent's monsters back into the deck as well. And it's up to the number of cards on both fields that were shuffled into main deck, so that's kind of nice. But your opponent does get to special summon monsters from their deck as well, so it's not and I mean, if a bunch of their monsters were shuffled back into main deck, sure, that means you get to special summon more. But then that means your opponent can just special summon the ones that were shuffled back in. But if you use this to shuffle back a bunch of the X deck monsters, that means you don't get to special summon as much. Yeah. UA Stadium, basically just a buffer for the, a way to buff the UAs while also having a search effect built on. That's pretty nice. The whole bonus attack is just a nice, it's nice when it has a, good effect attached to like a boost in attack. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't really see play. UA Mighty Slug, and then all of these are basically about like returning a UA to special summon a different thing, and you can even but you can't return the. Oh, you can't return a copy of itself. It has to be a different monster that you return in order to special summon it. But that's what basically all the UAs have. I think even the level, yeah, even the level 4s have that. But you can also just no summon the level 4s if you need a UA to start out with. But it is nice that they also have that whole special summon effect as well. And then they all have different effects on the field, like some negate stuff, some special summons other ones, so nice extenders. Some can even special summon from the deck, which is really nice. I think that's reserved for a lot of the deck ones, or maybe like it's just that one that's a level 4. This one also special summons, and then a few like have like attack boosts or like battle base effects. Yeah, destroying stuff, and then boost, and then equip card that boosts power. But it does banish a monster, I think. But you can only equip it to a UA monster, so you can't just use this as a way to banish an opponent's monster. And that's also happening to play UAs. But like then you'd have to wait, so I'm not sure if it's worth it even if your opponent is playing UAs. Because you still have to wait until your standby phase to banish it. And if they're playing UAs, they have easy ways of being return that monster to hand. And just have the equip card go to the graveyard before it can be banished. Anyway, let's get into the scenario. It's called And the Crowd Goes Wild. Was that the name of the... I don't think that's the name of this gate. In a world far, far into the future, in a society where comfort and luxury are only afforded to a few professional athletes, battle it out in hopes of being thrust into riches overnight. These people are the UAs, ultra athletes who compete in a range of sports. Audience from all over gathered to witness their dazzling plays. And today was no exception. Some will watch from their TVs and others will witness athletes play live. From up close, if they were lucky enough to score themselves a ticket to UA Stadium, immersing themselves in the fervor of the other fans. And tonight the UAs put their bars online, yet again for the roaring crowd filling the stadium. When he's on the mound, no batter will stand a chance against his blazing fastballs and unpredictable curveballs. Introducing the one, the only UA Perfect Ace. Born to be a sporting superstar, he weaves down the field with his artful dribbling and perfect passing. He is the invincible UA midfielder. With his eye always on the opportune time to strike, he is a calm and collected commander who always leads his team to victory. Give it up for UA Playmaker. This heavyweight giant isn't just all muscle. His astonishing dashing speed and ironclad defense will stop any opponent. Nothing can get past UA Blockbacker on the field. Using his extraordinary jumping abilities, he dazzles audiences everywhere with his awesome shooting and aerial plays. It's UA Dreadnought Dunker, the king of the court. Each of these athletes have a sport that they specialize in. But if they have the physical abilities and the technical skills to handle it, there's no reason why they only have to stick to one. Whenever these elites play a game, the night is ablaze by the roars of the crowd. As the citizens of this future world cheer for the superhuman athletes that they see as their heroes. Okay, so there's the scenario. There's a battle break again. I talked about that though. So for the practice, I get more orbs. So that's for unlocking gates. So still an important resource. So it just says learn the ins and outs of UA decks. And then the deck I'll be using in this duel and the other pure duel, the duel right after this one, is Improving Athlete. The deck description reading: when returning the monster you have on the field, make sure to special summon the appropriate UA monster as needed and activate its effect. The monsters of level 4 and under, UA Midfielder and UA Libero Spiker, can not only be the starting point of an attack, but can also provide an opportunity to special summon UA Player Manager from the hand. So use them as effectively as possible. So I'll go through these cards one at a time. So you can feel free to read them if you want, but I kind of explain a little bit about all these cards. Kind of fun how you can like keep returning them to the hand and then like special summoning other ones. Oh yeah, and of course, since a lot of them are warriors, not all of them being level 4 though, but some of the most important ones being level 4. So Reinforcement of the Army is still a good card. This one's pretty nice because you get to special summon a UA straight from the deck, and this can be a way to get to your higher level monsters as well right away. But you do take damage the higher level you get up. So it's not much damage if it's a level 4, but then as you go into higher levels it's more damage. If you go into a level 7, you take 2100 damage afterwards. And you can't stop it because it's losing life points instead of actual damage. So you can't play One Day of Peace and then play this and then expect to not take damage. You'll still lose the life points either way. And then there's that Power Jersey, the Stadium for getting you other UAs. There's the other field spell that they have, and both of these aren't bad. This one is just always more treated as an FA card, but it does support UAs as well. But you might not be able to search for it as easily because it is counted as an FA card. And then there's a locker room. This one can help get back monsters from the graveyard. And then that's pretty much it. Like 2 traps here. Okay, so let's get into this. The practice. So I'm going second this one. So, but I'm always going to be going second. Well, I'm always going to be either going second or first depending on how they want to go about in the practice, because they like to keep the practice always the same. What makes a UA deck unique? The most prominent feature of a UA deck is its ability to return UA monsters from your field to your hand and special summon a different UA monster from the hand in return. UA monsters have different levels of attack, defense, and their own distinctive effects. See which one will suit your current circumstances before summoning it to the field. Put on your coach cap and lead these athletes to victory by making the best use of their skills. Okay. So it looks like my opponent's starting out with a level 4 guy. Use the UA cards in hand to win the duel during this turn. First, activate UA Stadium. Normal summon UA midfielder to activate the effect of UA Stadium, then add UA Player Manager to your hand. There's the UA Player Manager. Return UA midfielder from the field to your hand and special summon UA Playmaker. Okay. Go. When a UA monster is special summoned to your field, you can activate the effect of UA Stadium and the effect of UA Player Manager from your hand. Yeah, see, this one lets you... Oh, so this one has a slightly different effect. Instead of being able to special summon it by returning a monster to hand, you get to special summon it simply by playing something, basically. Playing one of your UAs. So now I can special summon Player Manager in attack. And then the stadium boosts everyone. Activate the effect of UA Player Manager and destroy a colony in your opponent's field. Cool. I can also choose to negate effects, so that's kind of nice. Except UAs, so if I happen to be playing a mirror, the second effect doesn't do much. Which is why it's nice to have the choice. Proceed to the battlefield and use UA Playmaker to attack. So I attack with this first. When declaring attack with UA Player Manager, activate the effect of UA Playmaker. What? Okay, so now I can... Oh, that's why they wanted me to attack with the other one first, because I'm not sure if it's permanent or something, at least during the battle phase. But if it was, like, the whole way through, yeah, it's better that I attack with the one that, before it loses the attack. So that's nice. So now I'm into Official Duel, which is basically just using the same decks. And this time I get one of the UAs. Unfortunately, it's just a normal, so that's not really that big of a help to if you're trying to build a UA deck. It always kind of stinks when the reward is just a simple normal monster, because you could have easily just crafted this anyway. It's kind of cool though that it can stop cards or effects during the battle phase, so it kind of has that ancient gear-esque effect. Anyway, the duel description reads, as the opponent has many high-level UA monsters in the deck, they may take less risks at the beginning stages of the duel. However, with cost down, they can discard a card to lower the level of monster in their hand, or give up their own life points to special summon a UA monster from the deck with UA Signing Deal. Take care not to let your guard down. Build your own strategy with cards like UA Player Manager, which allows you to destroy your opponent's cards. Actually, I was thinking about it, it's kind of cool how, like, your life points within the UA deck kind of represents, like, money. If you think about it, because with the UA Signing Deal, and the higher levels could represent, like, how much more professional they are. Like if you're trying to sign in somebody like LeBron James, he might cost a lot more money than someone who maybe it's like their first year within the within this business. I think this is so like if you're just trying to recruit somebody small, it's not going to cost you a lot of money. But if you're recruiting someone who's been in the business for a while and has proven professional athlete, then yeah, it's going to cost you a lot more money. Or in this case, it's going to cost you a lot more life points in order to do so. So that's kind of cool. Money represents life points in this deck. Yeah. I don't think there's a lot that like really have you doing that, but yeah. At least in the case of signing deal, it's like that. Just want to point that out a little bit. I just think that's kind of cool. Anyway, I'm going first here. This is random this time, so I could have just as easily gone second. Not that it should really matter too much, because this one is the lowest difficulty duel. I'll be moving into the higher difficulty duels in the next part. Anyway, now that I'm in an actual duel, I don't need to be saying as much. I'll go through the intro a little bit now. I should probably special summon. Maybe I should special summon one of the higher level ones. Not the ones that have an effect where they care if. Yeah, not one of the ones that cares about your opponent having stuff though. Oh, you can special summon one UA monster for your hand or graveyard. That's kind of cool, but I don't really need that right now. I don't have. Actually, yeah, no, because this is already going to be special summoning itself. Which one should I do? Actually, this is kind of cool because this has a quick effect, so I think I'll go with the UA Perfect Ace. Yeah, it is. And now I can technically special summon this one, but I don't really need to. Reveal any number of UA monsters in your hand, shuffle them into a deck, then draw cards. Nah, I don't really need to do that right now. You can target one of the return that face a monster to hand, then special summon one UA monster from your hand with a different name for that monster. I think I'll just wait. Yeah, I don't want to activate that just yet, since it has the downside of banishing the monster. Yeah, I'm just gonna end. I think that's good enough. Oh wait, it negates the effects? I think I messed up then. Well, that stinks. Oh well, my opponent didn't do much anyway. Its effects are still negated though. So I should probably... So I can just destroy something. So anyway, thank you all who came to stream so far. And also, if you do enjoy my content, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And considering that notification bell either for regular content or all my content, or you can select it for none up until the time where I start playing other games. By the way, speaking of other games, my next stream, my next stream that's not Master will be on Twitch. I'm gonna start doing that for the other games that aren't Master. That I do for the streams, and I'm gonna do streams of them once a week. I might do other games on here, but I'm gonna try out Twitch, for like some of these other games that aren't Master. But I'll still share them with you, and you can still watch them for a time. But I might just start by sharing the the whole streams with you, and then they'll just disappear after a bit. And then I'll see if like Twitch helps raise my audience a little bit. Hopefully it does. Not that it really matters too much, but the reason I don't want to do Master on Twitch is because I don't want to worry about like putting Master videos and then they just disappear, and because I've invested so much time into Master, so I might as well keep it on YouTube. Yeah, I might as well keep it on YouTube. So I guess I'll go ahead and that's kind of cool. That I think I'm just gonna return this card then. Oh well, no, actually maybe I'll return this one. Special summon it. Yeah, that'll be fine. And now I'm just going to battle phase. Oh, that's kind of cool. And then I can just... Oh, and then I think I can return it and get another attack in, too. Cool, I get another attack in here as well. So now I got to attack with all of them. That's not too bad. Yeah, so... Another thing I want to say is that, I guess I can do this one. Another thing I want to say, dealing with the, reminder. I know I didn't put out a reminder this time. No, I'm not going to. No, I didn't put out a reminder this time about the video starting. It's for personal reasons, but I'll try to have that reminder for the next stream. I should be able to for next stream. And also I figure out how I can like download the streams and put them up as videos, so now they'll all be able to show up on the video tab, so, which will be pretty nice. Probably not going to do that for all my live streams, but like for the for the Let's Play ones, I'm going to go ahead and do it for them, because those are like my main, and I don't want my main videos to be showing up on a different tab. That's kind of annoying. But yeah, for some of the other live streams that aren't the Let's Plays, I can probably just leave them be. Maybe later on, but for now I'll just leave them be. Maybe later on I can download them and put them as videos, but I think I'll just leave them be unless people want me to do that. I mean, you can still watch them as lives, and then after I download and set them as videos, I just put the lives, those ones into a private section, just because I don't think I really need to have it showing up twice. I don't think it's like that would be kind of redundant. So I got UA minus slugger, yeah, like as I said. I kind of talked about that already though. So I do get to unlock the gate right away, which is pretty nice. But I'll go ahead and lock it in the next video. Oh yeah, and also I still have the affiliate links. I've been getting quite a few clicks, but I don't think I haven't checked yet, but last time I did check, I haven't gotten any money through Impact yet, so but I am glad that people are clicking it, so people are at least trying it out. If you want like to let me know that you supported me, I can shout you out in the next video after that, like as I'm reading the comments anyway, since I'm gonna dedicate time to read comments other than mine in like past videos anyway. And also read your comments on the stream as well if you want to leave one, and that goes for any future streams as well. So now that I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and do the news. Since there's a bit of news here now, so there's a new selection pack, and then after I do the news, I'll go ahead and do the verse discussion. So there's a new selection pack here, Indomitable Pride. So this features support, some like support for older archetypes, and then some support for new archetypes as well. Like there's a Nimlaria. This one's kind of cool since like this has an effect that allows you to basically banish everything. Or at least one of them does. Where? I thought it was on this one. I guess not, though. Anyway, and then Super Every Samurai's got some new support. I saw that Super Every Samurai's kind of made a splash with their new support in the TCG, so they might make a little bit of a splash here. Apparently, some people are playing them with Adamanticators. At least in the OCG they were. I don't know why, because like Adamanticators are rocks, and they like rocks, and Super Every Samurai's are a bunch of machines. But I guess like Adamanticators don't really need a bunch of like spells and traps in order to function, so I guess it's that. I just don't really understand it myself, but whatever. Gold Pride also usually paired up with Punk as a way to like reduce your life points, since a lot of these guys like to have lower, like to gain effects off of having lower life points than the opponent. Not that one, but like those other cards. Oh wait, no, this one does also have that too, the whole life points lower thing. Here's another Super Heavy Samurai. This is a pretty good one. This can help get some of your plays started, since this one can special summon a Super Heavy Samurai straight from the deck, which is pretty nice. And it's low enough level to just normal summon it. Or you can just, yeah, like to normal summon it and then activates a monster effect. And then another Visa support as well, for this Synchro. Which, if you're playing the Visa Starfrost, you don't really need to play any of the tuners, since it's easy enough to add to hand, and it does count as a tuner itself. And it's fairly easy to special summon also. So there's that Seek Pack. And then, apparently, I guess they increased the amount of deck slots. So now instead of like getting 5 extra deck slots, you can get 10. Of course, they cost gems. So, don't just buy, I would say don't buy them willy-nilly, like, just, like, buy the extra deck slots as you need them, I would say. I haven't really been buying them because I haven't really been needing extra deck slots myself, or maybe I could. I don't know, I just haven't really been needing them. It's kind of like, buying, like, it's kind of like buying an SD card for extra storage for one of your game systems, for like Xbox or PlayStation. Like, I would say it's like, if you're not really planning to use all that extra storage, it's kind of like just like kind of a waste of money in my opinion, or like in this case a waste of gems. And I have like been able to like find compromises if I ever run out of room on my Xbox, so that hasn't really been much of a problem for me. And I don't mind if I have to re-download a game later on, because I can always just like do other things until the game finishes downloading. I just make sure that the games I'm primarily playing I don't delete until I'm done with them. Yeah, so if I ever have a quest that like requires a different game that I want to download to make it easier, since the cloud gaming doesn't really work all that well. It kind of takes a while to get into the game. It's just kind of annoying. There's a little bit of lag as well. I just like download it, and if I have to re-download, it's fine. I can always just like wait a day, because they give you a whole week. But they have. I haven't really been seeing that, so maybe hopefully the Xbox community hasn't, or Microsoft hasn't gotten rid of that completely for those who play Xbox. But I did notice that for the Microsoft rewards for Bing, they did increase the points once again, back to normal. So now, like for the puzzle, you're getting rewarded 5 points instead, or maybe it's 10 points instead of 2. So that's kind of nice. So I think you may be able to get more points off of Bing once again. I'm not sure if it's the same amount or more. And I think like if you do like the daily Microsoft Bing quiz, I'm not sure if the points are counting like twice, but I think if you do them on the computer, sometimes it also shows up on the phone even after you do it. So I think if you do it again on the phone, you'll be rewarded an additional like 15 points, 10 to 15 points. So that's kind of nice. If that works like that. But it's so quick that I decided I might as well, because maybe it is counting them once again. Anyway, new accessories. I don't think any of these I really care too much about. The sleeves are kind of nice since I like green, but it doesn't really fit with my whole frog aesthetic sort of thing. I mean, there are green frogs out there, but like the frogs on my deck for the Sprite frogs, the Sprite Live Twin Frog deck, they're not really a lot of green in their design. And then there's the Oviraptor for people who really like the playing with the dinosaurs, but I'm not really playing with dinosaurs. And remember, these mates are also pretty good, because I believe like mates are one of the only things you can switch out for different mates in like festivals and like other loner deck style battles. So if you're needing to play dinosaurs for whatever reason, then you can maybe switch out into this mate. I don't really care too much myself about doing that, but for others who really want to keep that aesthetic, you can certainly do that. And the mate reads, a dinosaur shrouded in a soul-eating ore. Those who see the strange patterns on its body and the maniacal look in its eyes are overwhelmed. Kind of crazy that it has a hole in its head. I guess like because the souls are just overflowing. Man, that's kind of bad for it. I wouldn't want to have a hole in my head. Oh yeah, the protector reads, a protector depicting traces of light drawn by a pendulum, for those who feel the potential beyond the pendulum summon. The Super Heavy Samurai Prodigy Wakoshi icon reads, an icon depicting something lingering on a moonlit parapet with two colored eyes, the sight of it flying about gallantly and unwavering goals reminds one of a gifted prodigy. And then here's a Dreaming Near Malaria. This one I might like the most out of all of these, actually. It's kind of cool. An icon depicting a girl having sweet dreams. A dreamy state in a strange world, but some kind of amazing power looks within. It's kind of cool how like she has that like really big effect of like being able to banish everything. I guess it's not the Dreaming Near Malaria that has it, but I think there's a I think there's some kind of way where like you can like banish everything. I'm not sure if it's both fields or like only the opponent's field. I think it's only the opponent's field, so that is a pretty big effect. It's pretty hard to activate, but if you can pull it off, it's kind of cool. I guess it's a little too hard to activate right now, but it definitely has potential. And then here's the icon frame Earth, an Earth icon frame that is magnificent and poignant. The Earth quietly accepts the turbulence of great power. And then here's the Earth deck case to go with the Earth icon if you so desire. A deck box with a design of wild and raging lands, perfect for Earth decks. It's nice that they're starting to introduce all these different attributes, decks, and icons for people who want to be more simplistic. And basically saying like, well, as long as I'm playing an Earth deck, these will always be useful to me. It's kind of nice. And then a new secret pack also, so there was an error in the notification we posted on January 4th. Oh, Dinarufia. It was supposed to be Dynamorphia. I think I may have seen that and I got confused about like what they were talking about. But yeah, it's Dynamorphia, not Dinarufia. But then there's also Transcendosaurus in addition. I was also not exactly understanding what the Transcendosaurus was. But I guess we'll now be able to see. So that's cool. But there's a little bit of information about Transcendosaurus, a dinosaur type archetype that deploys when destroyed, connecting to fusion, synchro, and exceed summoning of giant monsters, expands sanction power of transcendent Tillism, wow. And then here's a little bit more technical information about the Seek Pack when it goes away. I think you do get one pack for free when opening this, and then later on, I think when it disappears, I think if you like craft a card and get back again, I believe you get another free pack. So definitely don't miss the chance of like getting a free pack here, because even if it doesn't work out that way, it's still pretty nice being able to open the free pack now while you don't have to craft a card in order to unlock it. And then here's a trapdoor survey, but I'm probably not gonna be taking it because it doesn't reward me anything. I like the ones that reward me something for taking them, even if they're just legacy packs. Oh yeah, and I also finally got the tribute summon mission done, because I did with the duel trial. Sorry I didn't show that final duel, but yeah, I got it done because I was able to tribute. I think I tributed a Heratic. Yeah, I was playing the Heratic deck and I got to tribute summon something, so I was still able to get it done through the duel trial, which is so nice because it would been kind of awkward to deal with my sprite deck, since my sprites aren't really too much about the tribute summoning. But yeah, it's pretty nice that I was able to get it done through the duel trial, so I didn't really mess up my rank or anything, and I still ended up winning, so that was really nice. So now I was able to get through that, and now I'm on a different one, and the one I'm with now has a much easier requirement. Besides, actually, I could probably play the next quiz now too. Then there's only an issue with one of the newer cards. Wow. Issue in which attack increased by the effects of the following cards returns at the end of turn. Huh. And it's with and of course they fix it pretty much right away in PvP duels, but then they wait a little bit for PvE duels since they don't view those as important, which makes sense. Yeah, I still have the duel live to get through, so I'll show off the duel live a little bit. Just like show once again how I do it for quick gems here. I go in, of course there's gonna be a little bit of load wait time, but then what you do, you don't watch the duel. You just go to settings and then end of replay, and then quit replay, and then it still rewards you for that. So that's cool. Looks like I probably did have a solo mode mission, but it wasn't one away from, or two away from beating it. Yes, I need to get one more done, but that's okay. Looks like I have 7 here, so I'm gonna have to do 2 just to be on the safe side. So linking and then winning. Winning should be easy. Just trap card should be pretty easy. I should be able to get 2 done in one duel, hopefully. Also showing a little bit more of the rank ladder here. So there's my live twin sprite that I'm still using. It's nice that like with the IP Masquerena, usually I like to go into Trouble Sunny, and then I can and then my trap card can still be live even if my opponent uses a successful Raigeki, because then I can just go into Trouble Sunny, it won't be destroyed by the Raigeki, and then later on I can like special summon both of the Link 2s back, and then my trap card will be live since I actually had Link 2s. Like any other way, my trap card wouldn't be live. The double cross wouldn't be live. So yeah, once again I have a way of getting into live twins right away, which is nice because they pretty much have to be the first thing. Otherwise, their effects go away. The effects go turn offline real quick. It's kind of crazy. Maybe I should have added the one that was hollow. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and add. I'll go ahead and add the Leela. I really want to add the Leela in this case because then it can get me to the one that later can draw me a card. So I want to special summon this more special Kaseko. Oh, I could have also chained the emergency teleport to chain block my opponent. But my opponent didn't really have anything, so that's okay. And even if they did, I had a call by the grave for any of their monster hand traps. But infinite impermanence still would have kind of sucked. Okay, well, I'll go for the Gamma here. So, and then what I was thinking is I'll do the I'll do the Twitch live stream like basically the last week of this month to give you guys as much time as possible at voting for a game. And then what I can do is I can do the second and every second and fourth week I can do a live stream for I think it's every week, so we may have less time to vote for a new game, but what I can do is I can just do like if there's an end spot and you didn't have enough time to vote, I can just stick with like live or die, whichever game ends up winning this poll. I can just stick with that until and then give you guys maybe a little bit more time to vote for a new game, because you'll still be able to see it through me posting the links to you. You just may have a little less time. I'm just trying to reach a wider audience, so hopefully a lot of you people who watch my YouTube videos are okay with that. I'm just trying it out, trying the Twitch thing out, since I can easily broadcast the gameplay onto Twitch. So I'll do the Lila so I can get that in my grave. Yeah, so, and then what will happen if there's ever like a tie between two games on my polls? Is like I'll just like do like a random list generator again, and then whichever one wins there gets a top spot there is like the game I'll be picking for the live stream. So even if there's a tie, don't worry too much about it, because you still have a chance of having your game picked. I'll go ahead and go for the Jet. Now special summon the Jet to add the double cross. I really like the double cross. And that's not just because I already have the Smashers. Even if I didn't have the Smashers, I'd still go for double cross. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and go for the Sprite Elf first. Okay. So and then with this I'll be able to go into both IP and also the live twin stuff. So that's pretty nice. Assuming my opponent doesn't stop me here. Which it doesn't look like my opponent is. So I gotta use a gigantic sprite for one though. That's okay. So I think what I want to do is I want to use this one. That's probably the hardest part about this deck. Remembering now I have to use the elf. That kind of stinks. It's probably still worth it though. Oh, I can't use the... Oh, yeah, because the elf can't be used for link material. well, whatever. This is still fine because I can just spec summon the IP Masquerena from my graveyard later on with the elf. So, even just having to use it as material, it's still okay. Still ends up being okay. Oh yeah, this was the order in which I wanted to have it. Because now I can go for the blue, for the lila, and use that to get out the Cacique and draw a card. And then I can go once again for Cacique. This is why you want 2 Caciques in your X deck. You want at least 2 Caciques in your X deck. Or I guess having 2 Lilas in the X deck could also technically work as well. But no, actually you want 2 Caciques because you want to be able to spec summon Lila kind of right away. So that you can get the Destroyer. The Destroyer is much more important on the opponent's turn to disrupt their plays. You can feel free to just do 2 of each, and that will make it so that you don't have to worry as much about like the order. Like, do I have the Lila out? Do I want the Cacique out? You won't have to worry about that too much because even if you mess up on one or the other, you'll have enough copies of each to be able to kind of make up for that. But that does also take up an extra slot for something else, though. So that's the downside of that. But it does make the deck a little bit easier to play. But I don't think it's too hard to play. That's like probably one of the most confusing aspects that you can like easily like kind of just do without if you want to put another slot in for an extra like Lila. Then you'd have to like have an extra SR, but it does make the deck easier to play. So I'll go for Maxi here, so that when my opponent starts special summoning stuff, I get to draw cards, and I want to do it before the main phase to make sure that they couldn't just get an easy triple tactics talent or thrust activation. I think they can activate thrust either way, but they definitely get the better effect if I activate a monster effect on the main phase. I think it still works out that way. So I'll go for the Sprite Elf first. I'll summon out the IP Masquerena here. I'll put that right here so that they can't target it. I also gotta get like one trap activation, which is another reason why I like searching for double cross, because I don't really have a lot of traps in this deck. But at least with searching double cross, I have an easy way to get at least one trap activation guaranteed in the game. So I'll go ahead and do the evil twin. I'm gonna go ahead and do the double cross here, I think. Just to make sure I got my trap activation. So now I can take control of the Jet Falcon. Cool. And then I'll go ahead and do the... Or they concede. Oh well, I'm pretty sure I still got 2 missions complete, which is what I needed. Okay. And I did get a few more Legacy Pack tickets. I think I should have 10 again, because I know I used a bunch last time looking for that ninja guy still, the ninja exceed guy. I actually got quite a few dailies done, so that's nice. Now I only have 3 left here. So that's perfect. So now I'm going to go over the verse discussion. So, if anyone wants to read along, you can feel free to look up the verse that's in the description. I'll give you a few minutes to do so. Or you can feel free to pause if you need a little bit more time. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can like basically just Google it, Google the verse, and then you should be able to find it pretty easily. But if you want to know the site that I'm using, I pretty much always like to use YouVersion. I am using YouVersion this time. You can find it by Googling it, or you can just the website is Bible.com, and then you can go /verse of the day in order to get to the YouVersion verse of the day. You can also just go to Bible.com and like search verse of the day. I'm sure you can do it that way too. Here, I'll make sure that's correct. Oh, maybe not, but I'm sure there's a way getting to it from home. If anyone wants to know, I can walk them through the steps. But like it's probably easier just to type in what I told you, the Bible.com /verse of the day, or you can just say YouVersion verse a day, Google that, and then it should show up pretty easily. But anyway, you can also just look up the translation that I tell you. Like that's why I always say what translation they're using. You can also look up that up, and then you won't get their version, what they show in the little picture thing, but you will get the translation that they're using in the main description. Anyway, the verse today reads, So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. That is from Isaiah 41:10, New International Version. So if any of you want to pause the video for a little bit to think about how you would your translation of the verse would be, feel free. But I'll go over mine, if not. So, my little, what my takeaway for this verse would be, like, also it might help reading the little picture, because there's less words sometimes. So, in this case, there's less words with the YouVersion translation. Do not fear, for I am with you. So that's basically the most important part you wanna. But you can also look at it as a whole. So I'll just break it up into parts since it's a little bit of a longer verse. So it's saying, so do not fear, for I am with you, and the I is meaning God. So he's saying, do not fear. We don't need to fear because he is bigger than all of our fears. That is why we don't have to fear. Do not be dismayed, for I'm your God. Once again, he's saying like I'm bigger than all of your fears. So that's kind of just like basically saying it again in a different way. I will strengthen you and help you. Because like usually our strength isn't enough to be able to get through the challenges of life. There's a lot of the times when we need to call on God, and even with the smaller challenges, it could be helpful too, because maybe God wants to show you a way of getting through a certain challenge, not through how you would solve it, but through how he would want to solve it, because maybe you'll learn an even bigger lesson through doing it that way. And then I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Yeah, he'll always, not only will he always help you with your problems, but he'll always help you in the most righteous way possible. The one that's, I mean, it's still gonna get people upset, but it's not gonna get people upset for the wrong reasons. If it gets people upset, it's because Satan is trying to push you down. So don't think, oh, people are getting upset, maybe God's way isn't the best way. No, people are getting upset because because Satan still has a little bit of a hole in the world as well, but Jesus just has a bigger hole. So so I need to work at sometimes calling on him. I don't always remember to call on him whenever I'm in need of help, and whenever and especially during times when I don't think I need his help. Like, I need to work on like calling him even during those times too, to see if he has an even better solution. But I do like to read my Bible every day to try to remember about these things, like read verses like this one. Yeah, so but if you want an example, one personal example from my life that I could use God's help for is once I start up school again. I will be starting up school again soon. I'll let you know when I am, and I'll also be talking about school during my live streams. If you want to ask me a little bit about school, my school, I believe, starts on Monday, maybe like this Monday. But like, you get, if anyone wants to ask me anything about my school, you can feel free. I may not be able to have all the best answers for you, but I do know quite a bit about different kinds of computer languages from what I learned already. Right now, I have a pretty good hold of Bootstrap, JavaScript, which I am going to be learning more JavaScript with this new class, HTML, stuff like that. I don't know if I really want to like work on any personal jobs right away, but maybe like maybe later on I can start. So if anyone like needs any like computer related help, I can let you know when I'm all done with school, so I can like offer you the most help that I can. Or if anyone has any like simple like HTML requests, maybe they can ask for help about that. But I think I still want to get through school first before I start with stuff like that, and maybe get a job first. But yeah, you can definitely let me know if you any computer questions you may have, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Oh yeah, and also if anyone has any spiritual questions, you can also ask me stuff like that, either down in the comments or within the streams themselves. Oh yeah, and if anyone wants to come to the Twitch, to the Twitch live stream, I'll put in the community post when it's starting. I was thinking when I'm gonna do Wednesdays for Twitch streams. So yeah, that's the last week of Wednesday, but I'll post all the information. I can also post where the post my channel link for Twitch. I might have to, yeah, but like I should have everything set up a little bit ahead of time as well. So I'll definitely post that into the community post when I can. So anyone who wants to come can feel free. You can still watch it even if you're not even if you're not even if you don't have an account with Twitch, you just can't comment. Yeah, I can. And then if anyone has any questions about Twitch or my channel, anything like that, you can feel free to ask about those as well. Maybe like how Twitch works and stuff like that, because I have a pretty good idea about how Twitch works, but I am kind of getting into it anew as like a creator at least. But I did watch a few Twitch streams myself. Anyway, I think that'll just about do it, unless someone wants to come in and say something else that they want me to do. Otherwise, I think I'll be leaving pretty soon. Looks like I got a gift box. I guess my gems are starting to overflow once again. Yeah, my gems are starting to overflow a little bit once again. So yeah. I think I'm gonna be leaving here now. I thank you all who did stay for any parts of the video, whether it be the solo mode parts or like watching me play my sprite deck a little bit, or listening to any of the new news I had, any of the Massadle news or any other news that wasn't about Massadle. And I hope to see a lot of you in my Twitch stream if you want to come. And anyone who is and I hope maybe there's even a few people who already know about Twitch, who's already into Twitch. Maybe you can even like help out a few of the subscribers giving information, or maybe if you want to give me some advice related to Twitch, you can feel free. Yeah, and so, and I hope a lot of you come to my next Massadle video, which is on Monday, and I'll and I should be able to leave a reminder for that stream, so so you'll have a heads up that time. Anyway, I'm also working at getting all my videos up to date, and I'm almost there, so that's good. Making sure that all my Massadle Let's Plays show up in the videos tab by downloading them as videos first. Anyway, bye everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Feel free to still vote in the poll if you like. There's still time for that. And the poll for which game I'll be streaming on Twitch.